Oh, hello and welcome to Feelz Right Quiz Night.
What a delight!
What a delight. We are right out of the gate. It's the finale, but right out of the gate we're
frozen,
having
so I'm going to try to just, what a night.
Let's
right
try
out of
this.
the gate.
Okay, let's try this. Okay,
Woo!
here we are. All right, right on time for this.
Stormy weather. Oh, Lord. For the finale.
God, that feels right. Feelz Right Quiz Night, as we all know at this point, brought to you by Green Hook Ginsmiths, made here in Brooklyn. God, what a gin. So smooth, so round in the mouth, just an array of botanicals. But enough about them because we've given them a lot of screen and voice time. Let's get to what we're all here for, which is the grand finale of this
Should we just
quiz.
scrap this and go to that? For the,
yeah, sure. Let's just scrap this and go to. Oh no, there we go. Let's stay
Let's
with
give it one more chance.
So on this end
we're all
here,
about second chances
just a little peek
in this
behind
relationship.
just a little peek behind the curtain here. Feelz Right Quiz Night tonight.
What a delight!
What a delight. A couple technical difficulties, but you know what? What we do best here is roll with the punches, and that always feels right. Okay, so I am the Quizzard.
I'm Mr. Jeffords.
And we are broadcasting to you live from our living room to yours, and we could not be more excited about the grand finale of Feelz Right Quiz Night.
And more nervous.
Welcome to our stream queens watching on YouTube. Ideally we're streaming on Twitch, but there's a glitch. I don't know. I guess they haven't figured out that hack from 2 weeks ago. It's still not streaming, but this will be on YouTube later. So if you're watching on YouTube now, thanks. And we love you, and we call you our stream queens. Welcome to the fold. And super excited, welcome to all of our contestants here in the Zoom
More
room,
importantly,
duking it out for supremacy in the quiz. Cannot wait. And also, tonight, we have a live studio audience joining us here at the Feelz Right studio. Feels right to have a couple warm bodies in the room. Yeah, we're getting a round of applause. Not sure if you can hear from over there, but we can feel it. Hoping for some giggles too. Also, as always, a huge thank you to the Annoyance Theater for co-producing this show with us. An absolute honor to be working with such an iconic institution such as them, and just truly humbled to be amongst their comedians offerings, to
just
be
a couple of slobs.
humbled to be amongst their offerings. Okay, so let's get started. Before we do, of course, as always, let's light the ceremonial Saint Alex candle. It wouldn't be the same if we didn't conjure Alex's spirit. Alex, thank you for guiding us so well throughout the last 6 weeks of wisdom. I hope we made you proud. Okay, also, before we get jumping in, gotta do it. We did a shot, but need to also do a legitimate cheer. Let's cheers. These are full glasses of gin, but you know what? I never met a full glass of gin I couldn't house in an hour. God, that's good. Okay, so, well, it feels right to have some fun on a Mon, but before we get jumping into the quiz, let's just jump
the quiz.
What do you mean?
I'm being the audience.
Oh. Well, this is kind of a little bit of the quiz moment, because before we do anything else, we are going to award the
St. Alex Trebek Memorial Award.
Yes, okay, so this is how this is going to work. A quick little...
a prize already.
Kind of like popcorn, yes. Kind of like popcorn, just a question right out of the gate. The first 2 people to get this answer correct are going to be the winners of the first ever St. Alex Trebek Memorial Prize. And here is the question. In what year did Alex Trebek begin hosting Jeopardy? Send your answers to Mr. Jeffords right now. First 2 teams to get the answer right are going to win the first ever St. Alex Trebek Memorial Prize. And let's see, I'm just going to stand by and keep working on...
You're very close. You're very close.
I'm just going to stand by and keep working on this gin.
We got one. And we got 2.
Okay,
That's
we have 2
folks.
winners. We have 2
That's
winners.
it. We've got our 2
Okay, yeah,
winners.
this night is going to be so full of excitement. All right, so who are the winners?
Whew, the winners. Well, do you want to tell them the year so they can feel sad?
Oh,
if they
okay.
didn't get it?
Sure. So the answer is 1984. And what year did Alex Trebek begin hosting Jeopardy? And the answer is 1984.
So the first 2 teams who got that in were SDPS Fan Club and Tank.
Yes! Congratulations, you guys.
Maybe we're very, very close.
Is your very own Saint Alex Trebek prayer candle.
Wow.
But actually,
wow.
We're not going to send you the whole candle. We're just going to send you the sticker. You're going to have
shipping costs,
You're going to have to take a trot down to your local dollar store, pick up a blank candle like we did, slap the sticker on there, and yeah. So we'll be in touch with you later to get your addresses so we can mail you your very own St. Alex Trebek prayer candle sticker. What a prize. Okay, amazing. All right, so let's get into this. But before we do, I think what we've all been waiting for is some information that Mr. Jeffords has, which is...
How'd you do? Oh, yes, that is so important. Hello, happy finale. Can't believe our time together for now is just like cruising to a close. And, it warms my heart that you've been here, and it breaks my heart that it's over. But, you don't care about my heart. You care about how you're doing. Are you winning? We all know that's what's important. So here we go. How'd you do? Well, last week, in 3rd place with 1 point on the season scoreboard, we had, this is funny because we have a studio audience, so I'm like self-conscious in a different way. Anyway, in 3rd place, 1 point on the scoreboard, we had Coastal Hoosiers, El Rayo del Norte, Here for the Alibi, our absolute best friends, Pointer Sisters, Screen Cross Lovers, Spanish Inquisition, the A-Team, parentheses, you have to shout it, the Slumber Sluts, and the Wild Dingleberries coming in hot, 3rd place. Whew, okay, feels good for them, but it's going to feel even a little bit better for 2nd place. 2 points on the season scoreboard.
You don't know how they feel.
Well, come on.
I know how I would feel. Okay.
All right, 2nd place. It was Dr. Quiz and Trivia Woman, Mashley, Nom Chomp, Sleepy in the Suburbs, and the Dammit Janets. Rocking in, which means... leading to our glorious 1st place teams. I see one of them very anxious, hoping that it's them, and it is them. It's American Quiz Story, Floopzilla's, and Vino Verite coming in sexy and hot 1st place last week. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave us on the season scoreboard overall, heading into the season finale?
Okay, let's find out.
Including high fives, Surgeon's Word points, bonus points, whatever else.
All of it.
In 3rd place so far, we have Coastal Hoosiers, Nom Chomp, the A-Team, parentheses, you have to shout it, the Slumber Sluts, and Nick of Time. Very nice, very nice. So far, 2nd place. Okay. Deep breath.
Yeah, I'm
nervous. It you? It is, if you are the Dammit Janets, Vino Verite, and SDPS Fan Club. Hey. Very nice. Leaving none other than our 1st place team so far. Don't worry, it's the finale. Anything could happen. Floopzilla's American Quiz Story and Sleepy in the Suburbs. No pressure to them to maintain this lead because we still have a couple more rounds of trivia. Who will take it in the end? Anything could happen tonight. We've got a lot of prizes to give away. We've got a lot of questions to ask. You never know whether an underdog is just going to fly into that top spot, which, it's kind of fun when they do. We'll just find out. So happy finale and good luck to everyone.
Because it truly is still anyone's game. Okay, so a couple notes on how it's going to work tonight. As opposed to the regular 3, we are going to have 2 rounds tonight, and yet the weekly points will still be awarded to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place teams as per normal. And then what's going to happen is Mr. Jeffords is going to do some wild and crazy tabulations over there. If there is a tie, what will happen is he will comb through all of the points from the entire season, and that's how a winner will be determined. Okay? So, with that in mind, let's jump into the quiz. But before we do, a friendly reminder that here at Feelz Right Quiz Night, we abide by the honor system.
Pretty please.
The honor system. No cheating. No cheating. Just...
You know who you aren't, because none of you.
Yeah, that's right. You know who you aren't, because none of you. Just Go with what you know. And if you don't know, go with what feels right. That's feels with a Z in the United States, a Z if you're in Canada,
A
or
Zeta if you're our team in Mexico who may or may not be here. Hopefully the internet is back.
yeah, you never know. Things
3
are
weeks later, surely.
unpredictable down there. Okay, so with that being said, it feels right to launch into
Round 1, as always, is current events.
Okay, round 1, current events. Question 1, here we go. The toxic masculinity is deep, folks. Some internal research at this toy company has found that girls are more open to playing with a wider variety of toys, but boys are still afraid they'd be made fun of if they played with girls' toys. Following a new law in California that mandates big retailers provide gender-neutral toy aisles, this toy company has pledged to remove gender bias from its toys. What's the toy company? What's the toy company that has pledged to remove gender bias from its toys? Internal research has shown girls are more open, surprise, surprise, than boys who fear being judged for playing with girls' toys. What is the company? Question 2.
I played with girls' toys.
Yeah, me too, big time. Barbies, love them. My Little Pony, full on.
Those kids should be embarrassed.
Which ones?
The little boys who are playing with girls' toys.
No, they shouldn't.
Look what it leads to.
Hosting a quiz show in your living room. Okay, here we go. Question 2. Another statue of Christopher Columbus has come toppling down. A statue erected in 1877 that had been perched in the center of a traffic circle on La Avenida Reforma in Mexico City is being replaced. What temporary but soon-to-be permanent figure will take Columbus's spot atop the pedestal on Mexico City's most iconic boulevard? Another Christopher Columbus has come toppling down. This particular Columbus was perched atop a pedestal in 1877. What temporary but soon-to-be permanent figure will take his spot atop the pedestal on Mexico City's most iconic boulevard? Okay, question 3. The Lebanese capital of Beirut was marked with violence this week. Heavy gunfire broke out during a protest against the judge leading the investigation into the huge explosion at the city's port last year. With political and economic crises escalating the risk of another civil war, the World Bank has said Lebanon's economic collapse could rank among the 3 worst in the world since the mid-1800s. According to the New York Times, by what percentage has the Lebanese currency plummeted in value since 2019? By what percentage has the Lebanese currency plummeted in value since 2019? We will accept answers within plus or minus 5% of the correct percentage. The question again, by what percentage has the Lebanese currency plummeted in value since 2019? Counting our blessings. That feels right. Question 4. Back in 2018, an artwork called Girl with Balloon sold at auction for £1 million in the UK. But moments after the hammer fell on its sale, alarms sounded and the canvas dropped through a hidden shredder built into the bottom of the frame. The partially shredded piece is now called Love is in the Bin, and it just sold for £16 million at Sotheby's of London this past week. Who's the artist behind these works? Who's the artist behind Girl with Balloon and the now shredded Girl with Balloon, now called Love is in the Bin? Who is the artist? Okay. Question 5.
It's going too fast.
Just gonna milk it, guys. We're
The
gonna milk
finale,
it.
It's almost over.
Question 5. The empowerment fantasies contained in comic books have long since been a balm for many queer people. And now this superhero has come out as bisexual. In the forthcoming issue number 5, the superhero in question will share a kiss with journalist and hacktivist Jay Nakamura, who also happens to idolize, in a professional context, said superhero's mother. Who's the bi superhero? This superhero has just come out as bisexual. In this forthcoming issue number 5, the superhero in question will share a kiss with journalist and hacktivist Jay Nakamura, who also happens to idolize, in a professional context, said superhero's mother. Who's the bi superhero? The lines are open. Get your answers into Mr. Jeffords' lickety-split.
Coming then.
We will do a quick recap of the questions from round 1 and then move on right along. Here we go. Question 1. What toy company is removing gender bias from its toys? Question 2. What statue is replacing Christopher Columbus on Mexico's iconic La Avenida Reforma? Question 3. By what percentage has the Lebanese currency plummeted in value since 2019? By what percentage? Plus or minus 5%. We will accept answers within. Question 4. Who's the artist behind Girl with Balloon and the now shredded Love is in the Bin? Question 5. Who is the bisexual superhero? That's the recap. Those are the questions. Get your answers in to Mr. Jeffords' lickety-split. As we all know, we have been fundraising here at Feelz Right Quiz Night for the Ali Forney Center. And I am pleased to report that we have raised so far, and there's still time to donate. Please don't be shy. If you have a little extra dollarage in your bank account, throw it to the Ali Forney Center. As we all know at this point, we've talked about it a lot, but it is worth repeating. The Ali Forney Center is a homeless center and shelter here in New York City for LGBTQIA2S+ youth. Obviously a very vulnerable population, and they do tremendous work on behalf of them. So please make a donation. You can go to our donation page, which we all know by now is aliforneycenter.donorDrive.com/campaign/Feelz-quiz-night. No, Feelz-quiz-right- wait. Feelz-right-quiz-night- season 4, or just go to aliforneycenter.org. Might be easier for you. But guys, okay, just seriously, do you know how much money we have raised so far as a collective group throughout the 4 seasons of Feelz Right Quiz Night thus far? Get ready to reach your right or left hand around your shoulder. Give yourself a pat on the back. We've raised $6,150 overall for the center, and that feels so right. I mean, honestly, I actually feel like I'm welling up with tears a little bit. That feels vulnerable. Which also feels right. But for real, thank you so much to everybody for, helping us do that. And if you do have a little extra money in your pocketbook, please throw it in the direction of the Ali Forney Center, or, another worthwhile charity in your local neighborhood, wherever you may be. From Barrie, Ontario to Sayulita, Mexico. There are people, of course, obviously, doesn't need to be said, who need our support. So make sure that you're doing that for them. Okay, so let's close the window of opportunity to send your answers to Mr. Jeffords. Coming down in 15 seconds. I'll take a little sip of gin while we wait. Oh, damn. Yeah, that is a good gin. said it before, and I'll say it again.
Careful.
Sorry, Alex.
Jeez,
I
a little
love
too much
you.
gin over there.
It's probably that shot off the top, but anyway, beautiful gin. I would reconsider the bottle design if I was in the marketing department.
Gowanus
Okay.
Black Mayonnaise is sipping Greenwood gin tonight for the finale.
Yes,
How
Gowanus
amazing.
Black Mayonnaise. Rock on. Okay, so here we go. Closing the window of opportunity.
It's
Let's
closed.
get some answers.
So
Here we
behind.
go. Answers. Question 1. What toy company is removing gender bias from its toys? You would be correct if you said Lego. Lego. God, Lego. What a great toy. I recently played Lego with a 5-year-old and
Hold up.
for hours. Did it for hours. It really does hold up as an activity, and it's so creative, too. You know, props to Lego. Is that a publicly traded company? If so, I want to invest. Question 2. What statue is replacing Christopher Columbus? The answer is an indigenous woman. We would accept half a point for indigenous and half a point for woman, but really we're looking for an indigenous woman. And basically, the statue that is there now is not the statue. There's just a temporary statue there. But what will be taking the temporary statue's place is a replica of the pre-Hispanic stone carving named the Young Lady of Amahac. I meant to and did not look up the pronunciation of that word, so pardon me if I'm getting it wrong, which was discovered in January in the eastern state of Veracruz and dates to around the time of Columbus's voyages more than 550 years ago. It will be 3 times the size of the Columbus statue as well.
Good.
Pretty cool, right? I'm into it, and yet another reason to go to Mexico City. Okay, question 3. Oh, there's a photo of the current statue inhabiting the
temporary
pedestal
replacement?
on La Avenida Reforma, Mexico City's most iconic boulevard. Question 4. Okay, this one's a bit stark. By what percentage has the Lebanese currency plummeted in value since 2019? The answer is 90%. We would have accepted 85 to 95%. This is not a good situation, folks. We've got prolonged blackouts, we've got long lines at gas stations, we've got no one yet being held accountable for the 2,750 tons of volatile chemicals that had been unloaded into the port years before, which caused the explosion in the first place. We have families, solid middle-class families, plummeted into poverty. This is a bad situation. So it's hard not to feel helpless, I think, sometimes. And yeah, there's an element of yet another chaotic thing happening, and that does not feel right, for sure. So I don't really know what else to say about that, but moving on to question 4 for now.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about that more in the after show. Okay, question 4. Who's the artist behind Girl with Balloon and Love is in the Bin? You would be right if you said Banksy. Banksy sold the original for £1 million back in 2018, and upon it being sold, it shredded. Banksy had originally intended for the whole artwork to shred, and for whatever reason it jammed halfway down, which is kind of beautiful because the heart balloon remains. Anyway, it sold for £16 million, so maybe a portion of that could go to some of the families in Lebanon. Okay, so question 5. Who is the bisexual superhero? Be still, my heart. It is Superman. Superman, John Kent, son of Lois and Clark Kent. Here is an image of superhero and Jay Nakamura in a lip lock coming out. Jeez, what I would give to just insert my way inside. No, I wouldn't.
Hey.
I wouldn't. Plus, they're animated. Not even. They're just cartoon. They're just, drawn. They're static. Okay, so
any combination of Superman's son, in that, I got you. There were some people that...
Right, because they were trying to clarify. Right, because Superman Clark Kent bestowed Supermandom upon John Kent, his son, at some point. Anyway, the new issue comes out November 9th. Mark your
Can't
calendars. Let's sell that out. Okay, so, all right. So before we move on, super excited, we are going to give out the Fun on a Mun prize.
Woo!
I am not. Yes. We've got the Fun on a Mun prize. If you remember, a few weeks back, we had a sponsor from. The show was sponsored by Salt Straps. They make these absolutely gorgeous straps that take your bag from, like we said back in the day, we said they take your bag from boring to amorzing. That was the one that I came up with.
I said strap it on and go to town.
Yeah, that one might actually be a little bit more marketable in certain communities. Here's a couple more examples of beautiful salt straps. I mean, come on.
Dude.
If they're good enough for the moms in Park Slope, they're good enough for you, and they're good enough for me, and I don't live in Park Slope, and I'm not a mom.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to reach into this bag. One lucky team is going to win their very own salt strap. Cannot confirm which particular design it is, but as you've seen of the ones that we have here, they're all pretty dang nice. So here we go. The Fun on a Mun prize provided by Salt Strap. Yeah, that's their Instagram there if you want to follow them. They have other things too other than straps, but straps is kind of the main thing. Okay, here we go. Just finagling around inside this salt-strapped handbag.
So nervous.
Okay, here we go. The winner of a salt strap and the winner of the Fun on a Mun prize is, I actually feel genuine excitement. Wish I was in a hammock. Wish I was in a hammock.
Oh, wish I was winning this salt strap.
Traverse City, Michigan will never be the same. A salt strap will be coming to you and we'll be in touch with you. I'm kind of realizing now we need to kind of keep a list. I guess we can always go back and watch the tape to just remember who won everything, because
I'm on it.
my memory is not what it used to be, especially after all the gin I've been drinking tonight. Okay, so that's the Fun on a Mun prize. Congratulations to Wish I Was in a Hammock. That feels right. That does feel right. I'm going to celebrate by taking a sip. Okay. All right. Moving on. I think it feels right to launch into
round 2. Otherwise known as. I'm gonna try this one more time. It's like a little.
I think we should just leave it.
I know, but
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me one.
Ay.
Oh, what a world we live in, huh? Let's go to here. Let's go to here. That's not it. Don't we look gorgeous, though? Oh, see, now it doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Just leave it.
Here we go. We're back,
Okay.
folks.
Okay, we're not touching that again.
Oh, wait, but where were we in the show?
We were about to do round 2.
Okay, round 2. Man. Okay. Here we go. Round 2.
There we go. Okay, yeah. All right.
What a
here we
show.
go, round 2. All right. So
Otherwise known as.
Whew,
The end is near.
Yeah. The end is near, folks. As we cruise towards the end of another fun-filled season here at Feelz Right Quiz Night, we feel
What a delight.
simultaneously sad and happy because the end is near, and that's what this round of questions is all about. Starting with question 1.
Boom.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Okay. All right, yeah, I could go on.
He could.
So the final countdown, the often forgotten but never ignored band Europe scored a smash hit with the hard rock synth anthem The Final Countdown in 1986, as I'm sure many of us remember. Indeed, the song is the band's most, arguably only, enduring legacy, despite having originally been intended for use only as a concert opener. The question: from what country does the band Europe originally hail? Europe, the band behind the iconic song The Final
it's
Countdown.
a whole continent. Europe.
That's true. What country does the band Europe originally hail from? Okay, question 2. It is estimated that the sun at the center of our solar system is 4.6 billion years old and will reach the end of its life in about 10 billion years, give or take. In 5 billion years, though, the sun will run out of hydrogen. The core will compress and the rest of the sun will expand. Our star will grow to be larger than we can even imagine, so large that it'll envelop the inner planets, including our beloved planet Earth. That's when our sun will be called this.
Hi, guys.
It will burn this way for about a billion years, and then it will shrink into a white dwarf, and then eventually a planetary nebula. What will our sun be called before it's a white dwarf? Before it's a planetary nebula? What will it be called? Solar system, our sun in our solar system, 4.6 billion years old. Reach the end of its life in about 10 billion years. In 5 billion years, the sun will run out of hydrogen, the core will compress, the rest of the sun will expand, the sun will engulf the inner planets, including Earth. That's when our sun will be called what? After this point, it becomes a white dwarf. After that, planetary nebula. What will it be called? Okay, we'll all be
Drinking gin.
86 humans.
Saying.
Okay. All right. Question 3. There's nothing quite like having your breath taken away by the final sentence of an epic novel. This question is multiple choice with dramatic readings by Mr. Jeffords. Considered one of the greatest novels of all time, Margaret Mitchell's 1936 Pulitzer Prize winning classic novel Gone with the Wind ends with the following iconic line. Is it A?
So much of life in its meshes, she called in her soul to come and see.
Okay. B.
So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
I feel like I should ding in between them. Almost want to go back and do A again.
No, it can't go back.
No.
The end is near.
That's true. C.
Are there any questions?
D.
After all, tomorrow is another day.
Or E.
You gotta bring up
Oh,
D
D.
before you
Okay,
announce.
sorry.
He was borne away by the waves and lost in the darkness and distance.
What is the final line of Margaret Mitchell's iconic 1936 novel, the Pulitzer Prize winning Gone with the Wind? A, B, C, D, or E? Make your pick. Here we go. Question 4. A stroke-off is the ultimate decider in this sport. If the score remains tied after the game's 2 halves are complete, what happens next is that there is a sudden death overtime period of 5 minutes. If it's still tied, there's a second sudden death overtime. If it's still tied, penalty strokes are used to determine a winning team. 5 strokers from each team alternate back and forth against the goalkeeper from the opposing team. Whoever gets the most cumulative points wins. If it's still tied,
What are the odds?
another set of 5 penalty strokes per team. And then if it's still tied, a stroke off. And this time it's sudden death. What's the sport? So that's sudden death overtime, penalty strokes A, penalty strokes B, and then if it's still tied, stroke off.
So what, then each team's just going stroke, stroke, stroke until the first team...
Sudden death.
Mm-hmm.
What's the sport?
Who can stroke?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what happens if after the games, if it's tied after the 2 halves are complete. After all of that, it ends with a stroke off. Okay. Question 5. Of course, not all endings are bad. The first rear end, more specifically the first bare ass on network television, was shown in its glory on November 17th, 1973. The cheeks are those of a character named Radar, played by Gary Berghoff, when a towel falls off and his ending is shown for a split second. What's the show? First time a bare ass was shown on network television, November 17th, 1973. What's the show? All right, get your answers into Mr. Jeffords. We will do a quick recap. Here we go. From what country does the band Europe originally hail? That's question 1. Question 2, what will our sun be called before it's a white dwarf? Question 3, what is the final line of Gone with the Wind? Is it A, B, C, D, or E? I'm sure you remember all of Mr. Jeffords' iconic line readings. Yes, I saw some applause from American Quiz
Well
Story.
deserved.
What sport ends with a stroke off, if necessary? To me, this is useful trivia. That one I will definitely carry around with me for the rest of my life. Truly. Question 5. What show featured the first naked rear end on network television? November 17th, 1973. Get those answers into Mr. Jeffords. While you are finagling on your answers and getting those in, Mr. Jeffords is about to engage in his own Olympic sport of tabulating and calculating all of the answers that you send into him. I am absolutely thrilled and delighted and excited to tell you about the third and final prize. As you know, the first place team will have first choice of the prizes, second place will have second choice, and the third team will have third choice. And there are no losers here. These are all amazing pieces of art, all by New York or New York area artists. The one that, well, here we go one by one. Oh, yeah. Prize time, folks. So, Alison Meyer, a painting by her called Improv Number 30. It's Indian ink and, I'm blanking on what kind of paint she used, but it is a beautiful painting. And I can't wait for one of you to own it. You can check her out at her Instagram there, clay.fiber.paper. We have a piece by the incomparable Thomas Whitty. This piece, as you might remember, is called Quiz Night. Nice. It looks like a pretty familiar scene, huh? Look, check it out. They've got the drinks. They've got the flowers. They've got the drinks, they've got the flowers. We've got the drinks, we've got the flowers. The painting makes sense.
We've got the beat.
We've got the... So that's prize number 2. Choice number 2. And absolutely so stoked to have a painting by New York-based artist Andrew Moeller. He works here in Brooklyn. His paintings are so amazing, and I wish these photos were just a little bit more...
Oh, you just really can't tell.
You can't tell, but in real life, it's like, oh my god. So I'm going to show you some photos of some of his paintings. His name's Andrew Moeller. That's his Instagram, Andrew D. Moeller. Highly recommend following him. He paints these what appear to be very sort of basic, almost repetitive-like facades of buildings, and the detail is just unbelievable. They are so gorgeous, and there's something like kind of existential about them. There's obviously the presence of the fact that there's a building there, but there's also something very empty about it, as you can see. Almost, what's it called in a dentist's office when it's very clean?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Easy on Me by Adele, which is a great dentist office.
Here's another one. There's just something really beautiful to me about the repetitiveness and the repetitive patterns that he uses, and the works in real life are just absolutely stunning. This one, I actually want to own, and maybe I'll save up for it. I just think it is absolutely stunning. And I want to show you, we have one of his paintings. And this is, you know, I love all my children equally, but I would say that this is probably my favorite piece of all the art that we own, is this piece by Andrew Moeller, which is on linen. And
has this kind of texture to it?
Yeah, it has a texture to it that you can't really see on screen. Obviously, it's half of a tennis court. And the reason I chose this work is because, you know, in tennis, the game starts at love. And I thought that was a nice tie-in. And also, it's just such a beautiful painting. It's, like I said, I think it's, no offense to the other amazing art that we have in the house, but this one's my favorite. Really. I love it. Hopefully I don't damage it as I attempt to put it down right now, like earlier when I knocked it over. Okay. So the piece that we have up for grabs by Andrew is called Thanks for Being My Friend, and this is what it looks like. Painted in 2020, it's acrylic and graphite on paper. It's 14.5 inches by 15.75 inches, so it's a pretty large piece actually. And he has written the words, thanks for being my friend, in these painted bricks. And I've seen not this particular painting in the flesh, but I have seen 2 others from the same series, and the way he paints the brick is just, it's one of these things where it's like, it's deceptively simple and you could just stare at it forever. That's how I feel about his work in general. And same with those facades. Those ones even have, you know, more context to them. Like that last one that I was showing you, to me looks like an abandoned, there's more of a story there to me in a sense. Like, looks like an abandoned fast food joint or something like that. Anyway, absolutely thrilled and honored that Andrew is providing a piece for us to give away as a prize, and a big thank you to him, as well as to Thomas Whitty and Allison Meyer for providing works for us to give away as prizes. Okay, so while we wait for Mr. Jeffers to continue tabulating the scores, it is that time of the night, folks. That's right.
Lucky you.
As you know, here in our home, we are huge fans of garlic expressions. It's not just for adults anymore. Kids can eat this stuff too. I'm telling you, a child will love this dressing. Everyone loves this dressing. Yeah, I'm gonna ding the bell over it. So I see that our camera is frozen again, so I'm not sure if you're even seeing. You focus on what you're doing.
I know, but you know, it stresses me out.
No, I know, but so it is time for, here, see, look, we're back. It's time for what happens every season, folks. It's an expression of thanks. And before we award the expression of thanks prize, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to all of you for being here, for joining us every Monday. Some of you staying up past your bedtime. It has felt really, really nice to just be all together this way as we have been on Monday nights. So thank you very much for carving out the time and inviting your friends and putting together teams and making it a big whoop every Monday. It's really been super fun for us. So thank you from us to you, and also thank you to Garlic Expressions. We had some tonight in our slaw, and I'm telling you, it was a simple cabbage, carrot, walnut, red onion slaw. Garlic Expressions, forget it.
It was
Perfect.
Slawful.
It wasn't slawful.
It was slawful.
Oh,
It
I
was
guess
slaw.
when it comes to slaws, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. An expression of thanks. We've got 2 teams that I'm going to draw from the pouch, and these teams will each receive not 1 bottle of Garlic Expressions, a case. An entire case of Garlic Expressions. And I have to say that our hope for this prize and the expression of thanks is that you, the winners, will become an epicenter of Garlic Expressions in your communities. Let the Garlic Expressions flow from your homes. Pass a bottle off to a neighbor. You have a friend coming over, hand them a bottle of Garlic Expressions. Let's do our part to spread the word about this incredible dressing.
There is no greater joy.
I know so many of you out there have tried the dressing now, and I have yet to hear negative feedback. If you have it, save it. I don't want to hear it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this dressing. There's always going to be a criticism, but in this case, in my mind, there's not. Anyway, 2 teams are winning the expression of thanks. Here we go. Okay, full case coming to your door, care of our friends at our close friends at Garlic Expressions. They were friends before. This is not like that. This is a love affair born out of. I don't know. Garlic. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I know. All right. Team 1 winning. Okay. Oh, I see one poking out. That one just is dying for some garlic. Okay. The first team, expression of thanks, going to Nick of Time.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Nick of Time, the winner of a case of Garlic Expressions. Okay. I'm going to just put that over here so I don't forget that you won. Okay. Okay. Shake them back in, zip them back up, shake it around. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The second case of Garlic Expressions is going to. Okay, I got one. This is it. Going with this one. Oh, that one wants garlic too, so bad. Okay. House of Pernt.
Wow!
House of Pernt will be receiving a
They just
case.
bought some, but they're gonna replenish.
They just bought some,
They
yeah.
just bought some. Lucky.
Hopefully they just bought a bottle, because they're about to get 12 more.
Is it 12?
Garlic Expressions is about to come into Minneapolis, Minnesota like a tidal wave of garlicky oil. Okay. Wow. Congratulations to Nick of Time.
Dang.
And congratulations to House of Pernt, the winners of a case each of salad dressing. Actually can also be used as a marinade. And the other thing I want to say about Garlic Expressions before we move on is I used to be like, you know what, great dressing. Don't love the label. Arguably don't love the name. But I will say, I have changed my mind about that. I love the design. I love the name. I just love everything about this dressing. I need to get this on a t-shirt.
Oh, wow!
We'll see what happens for season 5. Okay, so moving on, we've got answers for House of Pernt is saying last place in trivia, about to be first place in breath. Okay, so here we go. Oh, there are the stars from the prize. All right, here we go. Answers. Question 1.
Wow.
Hold on one second. I've just misplaced. Oh, it's right here. Cheese. Oh my God, the final countdown. The band Europe. Often ignored but never forgotten, scored a massive hit. Talk about a tidal wave in 1986 with The Final Countdown. From what country does the band Europe originally hail? The answer is Sweden. Sweden. Yet another phenomenal band out of Sweden. We were listening to ABBA tonight before the show. Okay. Question 2. What will our son be called before it's a white dwarf?
I was like, our son? We have a child? But then I got you.
Well, will be called. I mean...
What will our son be called?
Yeah. Hopefully not this. Red Giant. Red Giant. Okay, this one's really cracking up the live studio audience. Okay, question 3. The iconic final line of Gone with the Wind is, "It's so much of her life in its meshes. She called in her soul to come and see." Nope, that is Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. 1937, so that book came out a year after Gone with the Wind. Is it So We Beat On, Boats Against the Current, Borne Back Ceaselessly into the Past? Nope. That's The Great Gatsby. 1925, F. Scott Fitzgerald. Is it Are There Any Questions? No, it ain't. That's The Handmaid's Tale, Canada's own Margaret Atwood, 1985. Is it D? After All, Tomorrow is Another Day? Yes, it is. It's D. Tomorrow is Another Day. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell ends with that iconic line. E. He was soon borne away by the waves and lost in darkness and distance is probably how I'm going to feel after tonight's finale wraps. And it's also the final line of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, 1818. And a big shout out to Mr. Jeffords for finagling that massive animated graphic scenario.
So fancy,
that was pretty
right?
impressive, I thought. Yeah, getting a round of applause from Coastal Hoosiers. Okay, so what sport ends with a stroke off, you're asking yourselves?
Tune into the after show.
The answer is field hockey. Field hockey. Yep. Oh my gosh. Pointer Sisters.
Yeah, we got some people got it.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Field hockey folks. I see some sad faces over there at Rayo del Norte. They definitely did not get field hockey. Or maybe they did.
They're sad, they're so smart.
They're sad, they're so smart. Question 5. What show featured the first naked rear end? Well, you were right if you said MASH. Just a split second of those cheeks.
Oh, I got some high fives over there. I got some. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so that's that, and this is this. Mr. Jeffords, are you ready to announce the top 10?
I sure am.
Okay, so here we go.
All right, in no particular order, there are 10 teams who make up the top 10. Hence the name, the top 10.
Okay, but if you don't hear your name in this list, do not fret, because we said it at the beginning of the show, and we'll say it again now. It is still anyone's game. What do you mean?
Well, there's certain prizes that not anyone can win, but there are certain
It's
prizes
still anyone's
yet.
game. It's still anyone's game. Don't listen to him. It's still anyone's game. If you don't hear your name on this list of top 10, don't fret.
Pointer Sisters is hoping this doesn't end in a stroke off. All right, here we go. The top 10, no particular order. Sleepy in the Suburbs,
Okay.
SDPS Fan Club,
Oh my God.
Coastal Hoosiers, American Quiz Story, Nom Chomp, The Dammit Janets, Floofzillas, The Slumber Sluts, Vino Verte, and the A-Team! Parentheses, you have to shout it.
Whoa! Okay, so I will just say being in the top 10 in and of itself it's just an honor to be nominated.
Yeah.
But like we said, it is still anyone's game. And before we announce the top 3 teams, we have another thing to tell you about, which is, we do it every season, the Recognized Participant Award. Yes, the The Recognized Participant Award is available to everyone, and therefore it is still anyone's game. Whoever gets the closest answer will win this prize. And what is the prize that is to be won by the recognized participant? The prize is...
arguably the most coveted of all prizes.
Yeah. The prize is a postcard mailed to you from us every month for a calendar year.
Wow.
Yeah. We've been pretty good about honoring our commitment. I think we owe a couple,
90%.
Yeah, 90%, not bad. We're pretty much there, and you will. The winner of this prize will soon be amongst the legacy of those who have been the recognized participant. So here's the question: whoever is the closest is going to win this award. Ready? As you may remember, way back in week 1 of Feelz Right Quiz Night, we did a round on fraudsters. You might remember Victor Lustig, the Austrian, we think, con man who ended up in Alcatraz. One of Victor's scams was selling the Eiffel Tower twice, as you probably remember. This question, for the honor of winning the Recognized Participant Award, is about that gorgeous structure. When the lighting system on the Eiffel Tower was inaugurated for New Year's Eve 1985, or what I'm trying to say is a new lighting system was inaugurated for the Eiffel Tower in 1985. It is the current system that is in use today. How many bulbs are there in total on the Eiffel Tower? 1985 was inaugurated for New Year's Eve. Current lighting system used today. How many bulbs in total? Send your answers to Mr. Jeffords. Whoever's the closest wins the prize.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Now, friendly reminder that yes, Feelz Right Quiz Night is on Instagram. You can find us at, there's the question. How many bulbs are there in total on the Eiffel Tower? And we are on Instagram. Follow us at Feelz Right Quiz Night. This is this week's clue collage. Everything you needed to know about this week's quiz is embedded in some way, shape, or form in this image. Mr. Jeffords will decode it for all of us tomorrow on Instagram, not live, but on Instagram. Check our stories if you want to know how that collage means everything that it means. Okay, so how's it looking over there, Mr. Jeffords? Are you getting some answers flooding into you?
I am. And yeah, here's this.
Okay, so while we wait for Mr. Jeffords to tally that up, I think we have some winners to announce.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so here we go. Winners. Yes, okay, so.
Come on, toilet paper. You know that was the wrong answer.
Okay, here we go.
No shame.
Third place, Feelz Right Quiz Night, Season 4, goes to... I want to look, but I'm not going to look to the last second. Sleepy in the Suburbs. Sleepy in the Suburbs. Not only are they third place in Feelz Right Quiz Night Season 4, they are also celebrating their 8th wedding anniversary tonight here at the quiz.
Wow.
That just definitely sweetened the anniversary. Okay. Second place winner of Feelz Right Quiz Night Season 4 is... Floofzillas. Floofzillas. Okay. I actually have that nervous heart feeling.
It was close. It was a photo finish for this, yeah.
First place and the grand champion of Feelz Right Quiz Night.
Ooh.
Don't forget, it's still anyone's game after I read this because we still have to do the recognized participant. But the winner of Season 4 of Feelz Right Quiz Night is... American Quiz Story.
Oh! Look at that celebration!
Oh, wow. Oh my god, is that a bottle?
Champagne?
Are they popping champagne over there? Oh my god. Okay, wow. I have a tear on my eye. I'm not going to wipe it away because I also wore a little bit of glitter. I don't know if you can see that, but... Okay, congratulations to...
That feels good.
American Quiz Story.
Wow.
Floofzilla's, Sleepy in the Suburbs. Wow.
Cheers to
Congratulations to all of our top 10 teams, and congratulations to everybody for just being here. Thanks so much. Before we go, we have a recognized participant to award to
It's true.
to give.
It's true.
Oh God, what I would give for a salad with your garlic expressions right now. Okay, how many bulbs are there in total on the Eiffel Tower? The correct answer is 20,425.
Many of you are saying, I was close, but were you the closest? Right, you ready to know who it is?
Yes.
Y'all, it's Don't Touch That Crown emoji!
Yes!
Participant!
Congratulations, don't touch that crown emoji. You will be receiving a postcard to your home from ours once a month, every month for the next calendar year. And with that, I think we can all leave with a brighter smile on our face. And until Season 5, coming at you sometime in the future, sleep tight, fight the good fight, be polite, and always do what feels right.
Good night!